Anger-muting curse. An original tale by BrightMind Stories. In the heart of the enchanted forest, where trees whispered secrets and rivers sang melodies, there was a kingdom unlike any other. This kingdom, known as Eldoria, was not just home to humans but also to creatures of magic. However, one day, a dark cloud had fallen over Eldoria. The greatest wizards called it a curse known as the Rage of Babel. Whenever anger took hold of someone, they would lose their voice, unable to speak until their fury subsided. Amidst this chaos, there was a young apprentice wizard named Lysandra. Known for her curious spirit and kind heart, Lysandra had always believed in the power of magic to solve any problem. But this curse, the Rage of Babel, was unlike any she had encountered. As she walked through the village streets, Lysandra couldn't help but feel a twinge of frustration.
How could such a curse befall us? What good is magic if it cannot swiftly undo this?
She pondered aloud, her voice tinged with skepticism. She had always learned that magic was the key to solving problems, not the cause of them. Despite her doubts, Lysandra was determined to find a solution. She decided to meet with those affected by the curse, hoping to uncover a magical formula or spell to reverse it. The first one Lysandra went to was Mrs. Althea, the village baker, who was famously known for her irritability. Lysandra approached Mrs. Althea, who was standing in front of her bakery, visibly upset with a ruined pie at her feet. Lysandra asked cautiously,
Mrs. Althea, what happened here?
Mrs. Althea was struggling to speak in her anger at the moment. It took a full half an hour until she finally calmed down and explained.
Oh, Lysandra, it was those children. They were playing ball, and it crashed right into my freshly baked pie, sending it tumbling to the ground.
Lysandra wanted to ask further.
I see. You must have been very angry. What did you want to say to them?
I wanted to give them a piece of my mind. Tell them they were reckless and would never amount to anything but troublemakers. But now that I think of it, perhaps it's for the best that I couldn't. Those words are too harsh for a simple accident, aren't they?
Mrs. Althea noticed she almost went too far. At the village square, Lysandra found Mr. Barnaby, the gardener, fuming silently at his neighbor, Mr. Fletcher. Lysandra was curious and asked,
Mr. Barnaby, what's the matter?
After a few moments of deep breaths, Mr. Barnaby managed to speak.
It's Fletcher's cat, Lysandra. It's been wreaking havoc in my flower beds. I was so angry. I wanted to call Fletcher a careless oaf and his cat a useless furball.
Lysandra was trying to hold her laugh. Mr. Barnaby chuckled.
Now that I think about it, calling his cat useless might have been a bit much. It's just a cat, after all. And Fletcher, well, he's not all bad. I'm glad I didn't say those things in the heat of the moment.
Lysandra's quest carried on for a couple more days. To her surprise, many people she met expressed relief that they hadn't been able to voice their angry thoughts. With each story, Lysandra's perspective slowly shifted. The curse she had viewed as a problem to be solved with magic began to reveal itself as a profound lesson in understanding and empathy. With this newfound understanding, Lysandra gave a speech at the center square of Eldoria. Instead of offering a cure, she shared her insights with the villagers. She advised them to embrace this change.
Do not worry about the muting curse. Just sit quietly, calm yourself, and perhaps drink a cup of water whenever anger arises. I am sure you will be able to speak again soon after.
Though some Eldorians still questioned why there wasn't a magic spell cure, the practice Lysandra proposed soon became a part of Eldorians' daily lives, transforming how they dealt with conflicts and emotions. As time passed, the villagers noticed that the dark cloud they had associated with the curse had dissipated. However, it was as if the curse brought by it still persisted because the habit of holding back their words in anger had become ingrained in their Eldorian culture. Eldoria was now a place where harsh words were rare and understanding and patience flourished. Sometimes, when thinking back, Lysandra would say,
We found the magic of patience and thoughtful communication without casting any spell. The black cloud was indeed not a curse but a blessing.
Words unspoken in anger are bridges left unburned. Think before you speak, especially in anger.